Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is March 4th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the state of California here. You can see our next system out here. It's going to start bringing some moisture here over the next couple of days, mainly for Northern California, but it will be impacting some of the Sierra Nevada here as well. We'll look at those details as we go, and then we've got some additional systems maybe rolling in as we go through midweek and towards the weekend. We'll start to look into that. Plenty of time to look at it though, but we will dive into our extended forecast as always through the video here today. Look at the snow Monday afternoon through Tuesday here. Check it out. Some of South Oregon here in Northern California. If you're going back and forth I-5 corridor across the Siskiyou Summit down towards Mount Shasta, we are expecting additional rounds of snowfall. There are some winter storm warnings up as we speak, and this is where they are. You can see them across some of the Sierra Nevada, also at the Cascades, and 6 to 12 inches above 4,000 feet and 2 feet at the highest peak. So don't let your guard down just yet, especially if you're across Northern California. This goes all the way on through 4 a.m. Wednesday, and this was as of yesterday morning, so pretty good forecast actually. Some of the winds did cut down in some of the snowfall amounts, but still the 5 to 12 foot forecast was pretty accurate, and we've added a little bit to this here, and we might add a bit more, especially for northern portions over the next couple of days. And looking at US 101, kind of an interesting picture of the webcam there. It did coat some of the surfaces over the last few days, some of the small hail and some of the snow showers down to the lower elevations as well. Just thought I'd share that one with you. And we've got some wave action still ongoing across some of the central and southern coastlines here, some 8 to 12 foot breakers out there. So heads up for that. But that should be coming to an end as we go through the midweek period. But we do have additional storms that could bring some additional wave action as we go through this weekend and on and through next week. Now looking at 1 through 3, again, just kind of highlighting the fact that we still have some winter storm impacts across the higher terrain, and then maybe even a few inches across places like Donner Pass with some relatively low snow levels. So don't let your guard down just yet. You might want to put off travel one more day if you can avoid it. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, this one is great. It's got a smartphone app. This is what it looks like. You can click on the individual parameters here. Updates every 3 seconds. So click on that link down below if you want to save 10% off on one. Highly recommended. Now, looking at the wayfinders here, you can kind of see as we scroll through the day today, we are on the reduction here of our wayfinders, but then we're going to have this system that gets somewhat cut off, but it will bring a bump in the wave action as we go through Thursday into Friday morning, and then the Gulf of Alaska low gets going here as we go on in towards the weekend, and we'll see what that has to offer. We're still got some big model disagreement on the strength and the timing of those systems off through our future. How far south will some of these get? All good questions. Thunderstorm outlook, not expecting much across California here today, mainly across Oregon here. So a little bit of a change of pace there. We did have a couple tornadoes and some tornado warnings. We had some small hail and lots of lightning over the last few days with this very cold storm moving across much of the state, especially central and northern California. Now, if we look at the North American model here, this is 80-meter wind speed, just kind of drawing attention to the fact that the wind speeds are starting to die off a bit here across the Sierra Nevada, but they're not gone. You're still getting some gusty winds out there all the way through tonight. You can see some of Southern California, the Transverse Range, the Peninsula Range, Mojave Desert, some of Nevada and northern Arizona. Still breezy here. And you can see the system pushing on in through here as well, but nothing like what we just went through. So that's good news. And then you can see our next system that does get cut off a bit. I'll show you that with the upper level winds here in a moment, but it's spinning right off the coastline there. Might kick up the winds a bit here again as we go through Wednesday for some of Southern California. Bring some precipitation with it as well. Now, looking at the upper levels of the atmosphere, you can see the Hawaiian Islands to the left here. You got California right there. This is about 18,000 feet. And you can see that polar jet that was just bringing that brutal storm into our mountain ranges here. And they brought that tornado threat and brought thunderstorm threat and all kinds of good stuff with that, blizzard conditions for more than just a couple days. And then you can see the next system rolling in here. It does get cut off a bit, but the subtropical jet will keep that thing moving through here. And then we start to get that Gulf of Alaska going again, and we'll be watching those systems here in the upcoming days. But if we look at the GFS, this is hot off the presses, the 12Z run. Let's see what it has to say. There's our initial storm system. Again, mountain snow for Northern California, and this could bring some moderate precip down through Southern California as we go through the day Wednesday on into Thursday morning before that kicks out. You can see some chilly air drop down across the Intermountain West there as well. And then maybe additional frontal systems as we go through the weekend coming up here. You can see that one mainly central and Northern California, but then maybe a better frontal system as we go through the early portion of next week. Again, we've got plenty of time to watch that and break it down, but we may not be done with these weather systems just yet. Now, taking a look at apparent temperature. Just want to draw the attention that since we're dropping these winds off across the Sierra Nevada, so those brutal wind chills are going to be coming to an end, but it's still chilly out there. And as we scroll on in through Tuesday afternoon, you can see we start to warm up across some of the valley areas and the desert areas here as well. And we go on in through Wednesday afternoon. Let's see what it says. And this is the parent temperature here. It does take wind chill into account. So you can see it's still chilly across some of the higher terrain, even during the afternoon hours here, but we are warming up nicely into some of the valley and the desert areas there as well. Let's see, we'll scroll all the way on in through Thursday afternoon. You kind of see similar pattern there. But if we look at I-80, it's still kind of treacherous out there. You can see still some compact snow and ice looks like out there. You might run into some blowing snow at times. So you might want to put this off for one more day. And there could be another round of snowfall rolling in here with this next system also, especially northern areas. You can see the further south you go here, things are looking better. The sun is actually starting to come up, but you can still see some compact snow and ice on the roadways out there on Highway 395. Here's Donner Summit. You notice that we're still accumulating some of the snow. You're not talking about the huge amounts here, but just a few inches, can make things pretty slick. And the snow levels generally right now are right below 4,000 feet. So you're not going to have to go that far up I-80 and potentially run into some winter driving conditions still. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook through March 13th. Still got that below average here across a lot of the West Coast. 6 to 10 day. We'll see how this works out. It's still above average here for much of California at 8 to 14 day and kind of near normal right there as we go through mid-March. So we'll see what the extended forecast has to offer here over the next few days. We're still breaking things down and trying to gain confidence. But this is looking the entire state. Look at this. This is February 1st right there. And look at just this rocket trajectory we've been on. We are now above average for the entire state there as far as snow water equivalent, and we've got a few more systems to go here, so hopefully we can keep it above average. Really helps us out when we get to the spring and the summer months, so great to see that. But anyway, so if you guys want to buy that weather station, it's really nice to have. I mean, it's just kind of nice to be able to look at the wind speed at your house and the temperature at your house as well. And you can follow it on your smartphone. Also stores all the data for you in the cloud. It's a nice, attractive unit as well. And it's easy to set up. You'll be up and running within 5 minutes. But anyway, so we'll keep breaking down these systems as we go. You saw what might be coming here as we go through this week and through this weekend. And again, another round of rainfall for Southern California. It looks to be shaping up. We're going to dive into that system a bit more tomorrow because those cutoff lows can be tricky, and it could pack a little bit of a surprise with it as well. We'll look at thunderstorm activity potential with that also. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll do this again tomorrow. Click like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys then.